Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Spooky.
And I'm Sajam. We're here at the Fall Classic 2017. My first time at a Fall Classic for some Tekken action. It's going to be a good one.
Well, welcome to good old Raleigh, the home of great things like the Indy 500, among other things. A place where many great events have gone, believe it or not. And we're going to have another great one tonight. It's going to be the Tekken World Tour. This is a Masters event, which means that there's a significant amount of points up at stake at this one.
Right. A lot of the North American players really trying to get those points at the end because, you know, you and I were looking at the standings, and it's not locked in for really anybody besides Anakin.
Anakin is probably a shoo-in at this point. He's got 325 points already. By the way, you can find all the standings on the official World Tour site if you want to follow along. But he's already got 325 points. He's pretty much in there. In fact, we know that he is here at the event, but it's not even clear if he's going to enter this one or not. He may actually just sit back and sit on what he already has.
Yeah, I mean, he's at the point where I think almost nobody could catch him. Like, maybe if Speed Kicks would win this event,
then he would get first, right? But I don't think that Anakin can fall beyond 5th place.
Yeah, I don't even know if he could fall behind like 3rd. He's pretty far ahead.
Good. So, so the point standings, as far as that goes, you might as well talk about that since we're talking about all this. This is for the Americas region.
Right.
There's 3 different regions for the Pro Tour. There's Americas, there's Asia region, and there's the European region.
Right.
So for Americas, Anakin, ATO Hall is 1st place right now at 325 points. Speed Kicks is 2nd place at 215 points, pretty significant. Joey Fury, who's an old schooler but who has really started to come back and say, you know, I'm going to really grind it out. He's 3rd place at 175 points. Princess Ling, who's one of the #1 Ling Jiayu players in America right now, he's at 121 points. And Wayne Gamble, who's a very strong Leo player, but also has some other characters that he plays as well. He's sitting at 115.
Yeah, so I mean, the bottom 3 are pretty close to each other in terms of points. It's not that bad. And the big one we were talking about is Mr. Naps, Jimmy J. Tran, who is here. He has 45 points, I think, from, what was it, 4th at SCR?
That sounds right. So notable is not only Naps, but there are a few other players that are in the running, and some of these players are here. NYC Fab, who has more points even than Naps. He's sitting at 75. And Sweetkin and Mac are both tied at 70 points. And there's a good chance that all 3 of those players will probably attend this event as well. That being said, Naps did not attend Evolution for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into it. I think it was like a personal thing or something like that, right? So he couldn't make it, which was big because there was a potential for him to get a lot of points there, and also because some players perhaps were not ready for him because he had not actually been seen for a little while.
Right.
That being said, Naps has the biggest chance to surprise everyone at this one, sitting at 45 points already, plus getting a win at this one. For a Masters event, you get 150 for a win. If he wins at this, he'll be at 190 points, and he'll instantly be at 3rd place and have a very good chance of qualifying.
For sure, and that's ahead of, you know, North America finals or anything like that could happen. So Jimmy is not in a bad position as long as he does well at this event. There's really a lot of pressure on him, I think.
He's one of the guys who, with a smaller pocket amount of points that he has already, it can just jump, win the tournament, and qualify.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Hopefully he can make it, and hopefully it'll be really fun to play out. One thing that me and Steve Savejam were already talking about is that, in fact, Naps is in the path of Joey Fury, who's the guy who's in 3rd place. So, in fact, as long as Naps continues to win, if he also defeats Joey Fury, he'll be ensuring that one of the guys that could overtake him points-wise would get taken out early in the tournament.
Yeah, they would have to play each other for top 8 in winner's side, right? So, and if you guys want to keep along in the brackets, if you go to Smash GG on the main page there, you'll see the Fall Classic. You can click on it.
You can check out all the brackets.
Yeah.
Some people are probably not in attendance. For example, JDCR and Saint, I believe, are in the pools, but I don't think that they're actually in attendance at this one.
Right, yeah, I think they stayed home. And who can blame them? Those guys are traveling like crazy. I feel like I see them all over the world every single week.
And I think they're pretty much qualified as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So for the Asia standings, I don't have the points, but I do have who's in the standings. Saint is #1, and he's got like a boatload of points. I think he's like a shoo-in, just like Anakin is at this point. JDCR is actually #2, but he's guaranteed a spot for winning Evolution, so it doesn't matter that he's #2. It will guarantee go to the next person, who's Nobi from Japan. He's #3 right now. Naroma, also from Japan, #4. Ni from Korea, #5. Holding on. It's pretty tight between these last few guys. And then Kokoma, also of Korea. He's the next spot over. So most likely, if things stay how they are, it'll be Saint, Nobi, Naroma, Ni, and Kokoma who will make it in from the Asia region. From Europe, it's Super Akuma. I don't know these guys very well, but I know that they're very high in the standings. Kuiper is 2nd. Kanan Trench, a very popular European player. He's 3rd right now. The Truth. And then tied are, there are 2 guys that are tied. Morton and Malekith are actually tied for the last spot.
All right.
Oh, nice. So looks like we got a match. Sweet. All right.
Yeah,
so we're going to jump
music.
into it.
That's how I knew.
All right. All right. So first match of the day is coming up. We are going to be starting off with just pool play. And pretty much on the World Tour channel, it is all day Tekken, so make sure to check it out. But you can also check out the other events here at the Fall Classic as well. Just check out the Smash.gg page, which has lots of information.
There's some killer tournaments this weekend besides just Tekken. Like, this is a super good event. I mean, there's a stacked 3S bracket, which I think was one of the most surprising things to me.
Yeah, a lot. It's a big 3S. It's an official tournament, but there's also some invited players from Japan, including KO, very famous young player, Issei, another famous young player, RX, the Yuri player, and a few other very strong cats are here as well. There's also a huge Marvel Infinite tournament. Marvel Infinite has only been out a couple days, so or a couple weeks, excuse me. So Kotom versus Time Man, first match. No idea if this is a button check or they're gonna jump into it.
Oh, that's gonna be our second match. Yeah, we have Aura versus Jit first.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We got tripped up.
Reading, how does it work?
Yeah, reading is tough, man. You know, sometimes letters. I don't know. Man, the first time I saw John Ding's name, I was like, all right, there's two D's.
John Ding. Yeah, you know, even I got it wrong. JDCR'd. I thought he told me it was Jun Ding, right? But it's actually Jun Ding. I think the double D is there intentionally.
There's too many D's. I don't know what's happening.
too much D.
Too much D, man.
You can't handle all the D, say Jam.
No, I'm not about that life. You know, there be dudes sliding into my DMs like I'm about the D, but you know, that's a little too much for me. First round goes to Aura.
Round number 2. Good stuff to Aura. We got Master Raven versus Yoshi. Master Raven is a character that we know to be very strong already. Shouts to Go Attack for really strong what this character can do.
Yeah, what's funny is I feel like you don't see Master Raven too often, like not a super popular character.
Yeah, she's a true mix-up character, right? She's really about when she's in your face, she 50-50s you, and when she runs away, she 50-50s you, right? And, you know, that's a hard life. Not everybody is about that life.
Yeah, it's very like commitment based, and I feel like in Tekken, a lot of the strong players especially like to kind of wait and see. You know what I mean? Safer
characters in tournament are great, especially when you get an early lead. Jack, popular, no surprise. Why? Because you get an early lead with your jabs, and then once you have a lead, down forward 2, one of the best spacing tools in the entire game. It's -14 for a reason.
Yeah, great poking and just kind of the ability to keep you away. You know, you mentioned tournament characters, and there's that tournament tier list that got posted by Knee. It's very interesting. A lot of safe, kind of low execution characters near the top.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Characters like Kazumi become very strong in tournament where you don't have to make as many decisions as your opponent, and your decisions tend to be safer than theirs are.
Man, what a walk. And then closes it out. All right, that's a couple of good rounds for Aura there. And I like the stepping and the side walking to try to get away from a lot of these sort of linear moves that Jit is throwing out.
Yeah, Yoshi is the type of character that has lots of tricks. He likes to be very gimmicky, like what Jit is trying to do with his tricks, right? So by using his side steps and his movement really well, he makes it difficult to catch. Nice counter there as well.
Yeah, her counter can be frustrating. A lot of people, if you're not prepared for it, it's sort of something you have to deal with. Especially as a new player, you might just be like, oh, I don't know what's happening. Oh,
and then he's going for like counter unblockable tricks.
Yeah.
He's using Yoshi tricks on Yoshi. Yeah. Nice block. Saw the low coming. Master Raven has a similar jumping low that's also very good.
Oh, and just closes it out. That's 3 rounds to 1 for Aura. Pretty clean stuff. And there's a lot of people piling in behind these players now. And yeah, sort of in the top left of your screen, there's like the pool area over there. A lot of people are coming in. It's a really stacked event. A lot of the players you mentioned who are kind of in contention.
I wish I had entered. Unfortunately, I was scheduled to do a lot of commentary, so I did not enter the tournament. But I kind of wish I did because there's so many people here that I feel like I would probably learn something by the end of it.
I mean, there's a lot of really great players. You should try to get some games in, even if you are stuck on commentary.
Will.
Today, all day, by the way, is pools and then the semis after. We're going all the way down to top 8 today. And top 8 will be tomorrow. I believe it's scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern is when it's supposed to go live. So one of the last finals of the day.
Brimstone and Fire.
There's like 5 volcano stages in this game. I actually, like, every time I see them, I'm like, all right, this is that volcano stage.
This is the volcano where Kazuya got thrown off. This is the volcano where Heihachi got thrown off, right?
That's right. It's like always a different one. I'm just like, man, there's mad volcanoes. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this one has a little, it's like kind of a bowl shape. It has a weird sort of section of walls on it that
so
are like...
this stage is one of the ones that's octagonal more than like a square shape, right?
Yeah.
And there are some strange things that have been found on stages of this sort. You may have seen videos out there of someone sliding across the entire screen.
Stage? Yeah, right.
There's also Bloodhawk posted a video where if you're on one of these circular stages, there are certain tech traps you can do that are not possible on the square stages. You get a side splat and then you sidewalk to the opponent's back, and if they land in tech roll, you instantly get a back setup, which is something to always be aware of on these octagonal stages because is very dangerous if the opponent tries to use it on you.
Octagonal. I'm glad you brought that up because I was struggling to think of what the
it's
geometry
like an octagon
was.
shape. Yeah, it's really weird. The stage with the helicopter also has a similar shape to this stage.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There seems to be a lot of weird situations like that where you can get a sidewall and, like you mentioned, sidewalk and realign and either take another wall splat or like just go for a setup to take somebody's back if they tech, or depending on how they get up off the floor.
Players who are the best at movement are really frightening with those tactics on this kind of stage.
This could be a potential last chance for Jit here. He's up against the wall.
This is looking like all aura. Nice.
Yeah, what a duck.
Duck the back 2-2 and he takes the set. That was clean. Not a lot to say there. Definitely his opponent was outmatched.
Yeah, it'll happen, especially in these pools. You know, you run into players who are really, really strong, maybe your first round, and you're perhaps newer or just not prepared for someone like that right away, right? No,
clearly he had not only strong knowledge of the Yoshimitsu matchup, but good spacing, good ducks, good mix-ups. Just pretty much Master Raven 101 the entire set.
Played well, and you know what I really like is that there's everywhere you look for Tekken, the entry numbers are solid. It seems like everywhere across the U.S. and even other regions, it's like the entry numbers for Tekken consistently seem to go up.
I'm impressed because this game, especially coming from 2D players, some 2D players consider this game difficult to play and they're less excited about playing it. They're just like, man, I like this game, but it's kind of hard, right? But that being said, with this one, it's approaching like Tekken 5 numbers. It's getting to the point where it's like, whoa, every tournament just has a boatload of people.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like at next level, but at WNF, like, Tekken is often the second most or most entered game. Next level
never gets a lot of Tekken players,
right?
Okay. And considering that we never get a lot of Tekken players, the fact that they're always filling a bracket every week is that's a very good sign.
Yeah, it just seems like everywhere I look, there's tons of numbers for this game, which makes me happy. I always like to see other games get big numbers, right? It's not just kind of like the same old, same old. It's like always this game or always that game. It's cool to see a lot of people coming out and competing, especially because it's the end of the year. You know, post-Evo, I know a lot of people sort of slowed down a little bit, but it's cool to see everybody coming up and playing some Tekken. You mentioned that the game is a little tough for some people at first, but honestly, I don't really think it's that bad if you're jumping in and you're ready to learn. There's always something new to learn in Tekken, and it's one of the games that feels the best to learn something in.
Yeah, they've tried really hard with this version of Tekken in general to also make it easier for players that are transitioning from different games. One thing that happened in older Tekkens is when you tried to wake up, if you hold back, you would get this crappy back roll, and they could float you, and they get a combo. It was really stupid, right? But now in Tekken 7, when you hold back, you get the new backslide, which is actually great. It creates space between you and the opponent. You can still block after when you're waking up, so you can stop their mids or whatever. And it feels more natural to someone coming from a 2D game who, when they get knocked down, they kind of want to hold back most of the time, right?
Yeah.
So, there's lots of little things like that. That's just a small example, but throat breaking got way easier.
Yeah, it's funny enough that a lot of older Tekken players who are used to not holding back had to like retrain themselves to sometimes hold back, right?
Yeah,
because it's now a legitimate option.
It's good. It gets you out of tech traps and all types of nonsense.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting that they've changed a lot of things like that in this game. I feel like little things that help out players who are jumping in. And I don't know, I feel like there's lots of people everywhere who are new to this game. So if you're looking for other people to play with, it's not hard to find them.
You should try it. I mean, even online is still popping. Like, I jump on and, you know, okay, maybe at the high ranks, like the orange and the red ranks, there's not as many players. But, you know, you jump on that Smurf account and there's lots of people playing online all the time.
Yeah, and if you're new, there's always new people to play against, right?
Yes,
so it's like there's always someone who is that similar to your level or worse or better that you can play against to sort of help you out. Got another match coming up here.
So this should be Kotom versus Tai Mam.
Yeah, Fang versus Law. Interesting. A lot of people are really, really on about Fang. Oh, you mentioned this stage with the weird walls.
Yes, this is another octagonal kind of stage.
Okay.
You can see it like in the shape.
Yeah.
It's also got those walls there. Yeah, the I forget what you call them. They're not balcony break. There's a specific name for it.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people talking about how good Fang is while the back sway into the hop kick. It's the launch.
Didn't get the full combo, but he's looking good.
Oh, has him against the wall here. Yep. There it is. That's a classic Fang low that you're going to see a lot. Ducks under a lot of things. It's a good attack.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of high crush frames, that's for sure. Nice punish. That was clean.
Yeah, there's a wall rising 2 from Law. The shoulder to punish. Is that sidestep launcher?
Yep. The sidestep 4, got the splat. Wow, double shoulder. Closed it out. That was almost a perfect.
Yeah, pretty close to it. And trying to close this out as quick as possible so that we can get away from this music, hopefully.
Oh, you don't like this stage? It's okay.
You know,
you can hate. You can hate.
You know,
It's okay. Not every song will be your favorite.
yeah, my good friend Steve, he tried to convince me, yo, man, this music though. And he was telling me, he's like, nah, man, this stage gets better. Just wait. There's a part where this happens. Oh man, it's so good. And I was waiting for it. You know, I've been waiting since the game came out. You know what I'm saying?
This is how smart Bandai Namco is when they thought about all this stuff, okay? Just for people like you who can't stand this song, including me, I can't stand this song. You load up that Tekken tunes and you put on a good song and you're in there.
Or you make it so the tournament rule is that you have to change stage every time. So that way you can get away from the helicopter. No more octagonal, no more
I like
music.
the night version of the stage, or the day. I can't remember which one it is. There's another one that has a real jazzy theme. It sounds much better to me. They actually are not supposed to rematch. The official Tekken World Tour tools state that they must change stages between every game.
All right, they figured it out. Oh man, now we got to go through this series of unblockables.
They can both hold start. They can both
real?
hold start. I believe that is real.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I keep being told it's real. I don't know if it actually is.
Yeah, I've had a few people like tell me about that.
Yeah, I've never done it myself though. I guess not. All right, well we're gonna use unblockables. That'll work.
Yeah, I've heard that that was a thing, right? I heard from a couple people that if you hold start.
Yeah, I've been told that it works. I haven't. I need to try it actually. I keep forgetting. So anyway, come on, walk forward, please. So that his launchers will hit you. For the love of God.
Damn, we get the background noise.
This guy does not know the tech on how to help the opponent kill your character faster.
No. My man CM Punk over there looks a little bored too.
He's like, you're just killing me already. And the other guy's like, well, if you held forward, it would help me kill you quicker.
Yeah, it'd be so much easier.
If you got up, I wouldn't have to stomp you, which does no damage. Thank you. 3-0. All right. All right, 2-0. Game's over.
Yep.
No,
that's it. Moves on to winner's bracket. Congratulations.
Oh, Nashi's about to play next? Oh, man. That guy sent me to losers at ECT.
Dang.
Nashi, yeah. It's pretty good.
You've been playing a little bit of Tekken, right? You played more when you're over in Asia?
So I played more in Philippines, but I've been playing net play a lot, subbing back, and I enter Battle Circuit and stuff. I've been doing okay. I had a good match against GM a couple weeks ago. I took him to the last game, and then one round, okay, he literally, I had him against the wall, and I had almost a perfect. This is how crazy it was, right? And he does, with Lee, he does a rage drive combo and carries me from his wall all the way back to my wall, and does like an 80% damage combo, and even everybody's like, oh, like getting hyper on me. I'm like, great, well, that was bullshit. But yeah, anyway, it was still a good match. I enjoyed playing him. Yeah. It was good until I got hit by 80% combo that I could just do nothing about.
Yeah, you just got clipped to carry to the other wall. Yeah, Lee's wall carry is crazy.
Dude, with rage drive, it's even worse. It's like he rage drive me and then carried me, so like I had to just sit there and watch myself take the whole combo. Nice slow at the start. Kotum, just very strong as Feng so far in the set. It looks like another situation where his opponent is outmatched. He's mixing up his throws, he's using his sways, he's punishing well, and basically he's doing all the things that a good Feng player that wants to be successful will do.
Right, using that back tempo step to create space, and then seeing like, all right, he whiffs something, boom, gonna use like a a low or a launcher or something like that. Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. Another sway back. So a button happened and a free launch. Did not get the full combo, but it is okay because we have pressure.
Yeah, just kind of waiting, and when the whiffs happen, getting the whiff punishes. It's kind of a classic way to play, especially if you don't know what level your opponent is that you're playing against. Shoulder.
You just kind of just do your stuff, and if they don't know about your frame traps and your tricks, then it's typically an easy win, unfortunately, for the opponent. But, lesson learned.
Yeah,
learn more about Feng.
How pools tend to go in a lot of games, right? Is that screw going to hit the wall?
And got the ender. Full ender. And a mix-up. Another mix-up. Ouch.
Yeah, shoulder does a lot. Almost going to be the end of this here. Any hit will do it. And that'll close it out.
So it is, so Kotum is the one that was the Feng player. Is that correct? Okay, cool. So Kotum, the Feng player, was the winner. Apologies, but it sounds like we have the names.
Time-Am.
Okay, it was the Feng player. Okay.
I think that was like a triple mix-up.
Damn it, Spooky. Why are you like ruining everything? I should just not listen to anything that anybody says.
Put Spooky on the stream now. He would have got the names right.
I would have got the names wrong probably and just not known who anybody is. Well, there's Nashi. His opponent's Jace.
You know what region Nashi's from?
He's from the New York area, I believe.
Okay.
Or at the very least, he's training partners with Spirogen, who right now is living back in New York.
Oh, he's back in NY. Okay. I think he's here too, right?
Spirogen is also here. That's correct.
Oh yeah, I see him right over there.
Yep. He is here. I'm not surprised that he's here with Nashi because, as I said, they're training partners and they help each other out a lot. In fact, he was coaching Nashi when I lost him at ECT. I wish that actually he wasn't Nashi's coach because he told Nashi to switch to Eddie in the third game, and that's how he won. If he had stayed with his main character, who I believe is Feng, I think I would have beat him.
Yeah, so it's all Spirogen's fault.
Not all his fault, but he was a good coach. He did the right thing. He was like, no, you need to change characters right now, dog.
You've been playing Claudio, right?
So I play a lot of different characters currently.
Okay.
In tournament, I play Katarina and Claudio the most often.
Right.
Katarina is very good in tournament against people that don't know how Katarina works, which I'm surprised, but actually a lot of people don't know how she works.
Okay.
So yeah, she's very good in tournament against those type of players. And Claudio is kind of like my go-to when I'm facing somebody good, mostly because even old school players are not that familiar with Claudio because he's still a new character in the game, right? And there are not many Claudios that are actually good. I'm not saying that I'm like a great Claudio or anything like that, right? But, you know, if you're not used to fighting good Claudios, then you're just like, why am I getting hop kicked all the time? I don't understand, right? When actually, like, there's a lot of setup involved in getting the hop kick to work.
For sure. I think that, to me, that is a good strategy, especially if you're a newer player to Tekken or not as experienced as like a vet, is playing new characters. Because even they are less familiar with the character, right?
I mostly play new characters. Like, I have a Leo because I played her in Tag 2, right? And I'm doing okay with her, but actually, even playing online, my Leo is not ranked as high as my new characters. I play a lot of Shaheen, a lot of Claudio, a lot of Kazumi, a lot of Katarina. And, you know, I can see what they try to do with the new characters. The new characters fit a person like me who's coming at it from more of a Street Fighter mentality. It's like those characters make sense frame-wise. They make sense in how they attack. They make sense in how they defend. And, yeah, they're super easy. I get lots of wins with them.
Yeah, I think to me that is sort of the strategy that I would approach if you come into a new series that you haven't played. Like, you know, when MKX came out, I was not an MK player. Like, I played Injustice before that. So I picked the new characters to MKX. Like Cassie and like Kung Jin and all these like new characters that
those
were not
characters are designed to be new. When they're new, some of them are designed to be scrubby intentionally because they want people to pick up the character and try them out. So like, well, let's make this character at least somewhat easy to play so that people will try it, right?
Yes.
But that has advantages in tournament as well. A character that's easy to play means that potentially you can make less mistakes or even force mistakes out of the opponent because there's less of an execution barrier for you.
Right. And if your character, let's say your character has 2 or 3 good moves and their character has like 10 good moves that you have to know how to use in each situation. If you have 2 to 3 good moves, you're going to use those moves when you should.
You just do that over and over, right? And sometimes it frustrates the opponent. It's like, well, great. All they're doing is these 3 moves, and I can't really do anything about it, right? But it's about how you use it, too.
Yeah, those are all, I think, important things.
How you use the D.
Yeah, how you...
John the Ding.
John the Ding. Double D? Yo, I saw John Ding at SCR, right? He had the 10th level bowl cut. I was like, dang!
Dude, are you talking about the Korean, the forehead protector cut, man? Dude,
I was like, man, he doesn't want to see any sunlight.
Okay? I'm in my 30s, bro. There's no way I'm ever imitating that haircut.
Dude, all right. So John Ding, he had the 10th level bowl cut. He had the shiny leather pants on, and then his shoes had like shiny toe caps on them. And I was like, this guy is ridiculous. I'm like, dude, I don't even have a girl right now, but take my girl, bro. Just take my girl. Like, this is all you.
Nashi as Feng versus Jace. A nice side step 4 at the start.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot.
Yeah, very good low for Feng. It is seeable, but you know, if they don't see it, you get a combo.
Right, you got to look out for it. It's so when you see Feng sidestep, especially near the center of the stage, you know that he's going to go for it.
That's an option, right? But he has sidestep mids and tricks as well, right? So it's not like he's going to do it every time. Typically with lows, a low that's in the range of 24 frames and higher is what's considered seeable. Most people can see that low at high level. But that being said, some people are good at masking their lows and fainting and things of that nature. And all it takes is you hesitating for just a moment, and that 2 or 3 little frames where you hesitate means that the low is no longer seeable.
Yeah, that's sort of what we saw right there. That low from Jace was a little slower than it had to be, and then Nashi had the block on it.
Nice low parry.
Yeah, right after the advantage knew that he might check him with a low.
Okay, spike set. Wow! He was not afraid of the spike setup at all. That's crazy.
Well, goes back turn twice and then the down 4 after. All right, 2 rounds for Nashi. I can see why this guy got you in tournament.
No, Nashi's super good. Yeah. Like, the fact that I even took him to the 3rd game after watching him play right now, I'm a little surprised.
Let's go, Spooky.
Yeah, dude, he's super good, man. His Feng's great. Nice grab.
Yeah, really mixing him up well out of all of his different options. You can tell that he's sort of going sidestep a lot and kind of throwing him off.
Nice.
Oh, looked for the down back 3. Didn't get it. Against the wall now, but yeah, good check.
He's good. 3-0.
Yeah, man, Feng he's like a really strong character. A lot of people recommended him to me to try at the start of the game. They're like, look, man, he's got great pokes, good mix-ups, right? He has like evasive stuff with the stances. you know, if you want to sort of play a defensive, poke-heavy style and then kick up the offense, like, he's a great character for it. And I think that he's a super fun character to play.
He's not popular, but that being said, he's good. I think that's how it is with this game. It's funny looking at other games and being like, well, the top tier is all popular, right? But then in this game, the characters that are upper mid are top tier. Some of them are unpopular. Some players consider Leo to be S tier in this game, and you may even hear guys say like, yeah, Leo's S tier, right? How many Leo players can you remember seeing in the top 8?
Yeah, very few. I feel like in Tekken, people don't jump around to the strongest character as often, so you don't really see it. I mean, that's not always the case, right? I feel like Knee especially is jumping around to all these different characters that are strong.
Whoever he wants, yeah.
Well, when you're that good, you can sort of get away with it, I guess.
You can do that. I mean, this is a game where the good players can play multiple characters at the same level.
For sure.
Or close to the same level.
Yeah, there's a lot of universal things like that with characters, right? Like characters that have generic hop kicks and down forward 1s and down forward 2s, and then they have like kind of built-in mix-ups and stuff. You can sort of figure it out.
Yeah, you can kind of play all those characters all the same if you want, and just use their few character-specific tricks to mix it up.
Yeah, so the switch to Bob here from Jace off of Lars. It seems like it's working out okay. Oh, what a block.
And then that happened. Yeah. Man, he saw that hell sweep coming.
Yeah, it was one of the first opportunities that he had gone for the wave mix-up, and he was ready for it. Oh, caught him with the second hit.
Yeah, really nice poke strings in general, catching Jace on that movement. But Jace does have a Rage Drive stock. Rage Drive combo right now would definitely be done. Okay, good block.
And then no mix-up afterwards.
That was a sick duck. Did he know that the second hit of the string was coming? Because that's...
Yeah, it was crazy. I just got out of the way of it. Starts with an early low, the side step 4.
All day.
Realigns too.
Oh my goodness, and got a wall ender. Oh my, that was a reset, by the way. He tried to do a wake-up kick and he ate a shoulder.
Hit grounded. It was a lot of damage.
Oh,
it got under. Man, that low headbutt that he does just seems to evade everything.
Dude. The sway into the headbutt is one of his greatest tactics. Amazing low. Counter hit, you get a small combo. Yes.
It's evasive, too. It just ducks under a lot of stuff.
Probably one of the best lows in the game.
Yeah. A lot of Tekken players have told me that it's always been a good low to go to, right?
Yeah, he's since second 5. That low's always been good.
And you see he's being sort of evasive, kind of like ducking in and out of his stances. Oh, again!
Oh, that was scary. Man. See, but Jace actually has the lead here. He doesn't have to attack the way he's doing. He could actually just chill a little bit. See, and this is what happens.
He gets the hop kick for it. He's got the blue shoulder available, but instead goes for the Rage Art and hits it.
It's not going to kill, but it's going to do a significant amount of damage. See, what worked for me against Nashi is when I had the lead, I ran away, okay? And here what we saw is when Jace had the lead, he attacked, and of course Nashi said, okay, I'm going to risk a hop kick here because I'm losing anyway, and it worked out for him. Yeah, but good stuff. Nashi 6-0 for him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he was winning almost every round, right? So that was one of the few rounds where things weren't going well for him.
But you can never get impatient. That's the situation where they say, haha, he thinks he has momentum, right? Hop kick. Like, that's something that you have to predict, especially from a strong opponent.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, it was the first time he was down. He was like, look, I'll just risk a hop kick here. If it doesn't work, I lose the round, whatever. Like, I'm doing fine.
It's 2-1 in rounds, right? I'm still okay.
Yeah.
You have to think like that when you face your opponent. Okay, he's probably going to do something crazy because he's not scared right now. But then when you make them scared, it's like, okay, well, next time he won't hop kick because I killed him. Right? That's how you start to build the right kind of momentum.
Exactly. It's like the evolution of your offense, and you kind of condition him. Oh, I see Spirogen back there with him. He's all happy about it.
Yeah, of course. He's like, yeah, good job. You were on the stream.
So you were on the stream, man. Spooky was talking about you. He's like, yo, man, I love Spooky. Spooky's great.
Yeah, actually, Spirogen's pretty cool, man. He taught me a lot recently.
Spirogen's a good dude for sure. If you guys ever are curious to see Spirogen at an event, you're a fan, let him know. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's chill, bro. All right, Anonymity versus Battle Jitney. So Battle Jitney, this guy's been around for a while. I don't know if he's always been a Tekken player. Maybe he has been. I don't know him that well, but I definitely recognize his name. I know he's been around for a while.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of players who sort of been playing Tekken forever are coming back for a 7, you know. It's just jumping back into the game. It's been a while since they had a new release to mess around with, right?
I'm really happy with the PC port, especially.
Oh, man, it's so good.
In fact, before the PC port came out, I thought that everyone would be on PS4, and I was like, well, this is going to be just like Tag 2, right, where everyone was on PS4. But I feel like the PC version has made the game even more accessible than it ever was. Now I just see random people with their laptop. Hey, you want to play Tekken with me? And they pull their laptop out, and you just sit there and you play. And Marvel Infinite has that now too. It's like you can play on, and the PC port of Marvel Infinite is good. Like I was surprised. I was like, okay, this is probably gonna suck. thinking about like the Marvel 3 port, right?
Yeah.
But no, the net plays good, and you can actually play matches and do all your combos and everything. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Can I just say to every fighting game developer, please put your game on PC. And anybody who has done a good PC port, thank you. Because as you mentioned, the netcode on PC generally tends to be better. It's more convenient, right? Older sticks work on PC, which is great.
The PC, those two PC ports by themselves, the Tekken 7 and the Marvel Infinite. And Marvel Infinite is even a game that we know has a lot of drama around it right now. But man, that PC port is a good port. It's like the proper game. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it still looks ugly, but you know, it's
whatever.
Cool.
It's the game. You can play.
Yeah, it's great. And also, you mentioned portability. You know how many people have a setup now at events? Like before, it was like trying to find a setup at night was like impossible.
Now you just grab, yo, you got a laptop? Yeah, bro. Okay, cool. Here you go. Plug in the sticks. Let's go.
Exactly.
It's much better.
It's super convenient. So to all fighting game devs who put their game on PC, thank you.
For real, it was great. And I supported both developers. Okay, I bought this game both on PC and on PS4, and then I also bought Marvel Infinite on PC and on PS4.
Yeah, I have no problem buying your game on PC.
Yeah, mostly thanks to the PC ports.
Yeah, they're so good. All right, so we got in a match here, Claudio versus Law. We saw the first running attack he went for was running 2, and it was ducked right away. So we'll see if he switches it up.
So that's a very popular tactic from Claudio. Naturally, the running 2, the Superman punch is a plus frame move. One thing you can do if you're a Claudio and guys are always ducking that move, you can running forward 3, which is a great little mid that is very hard to punish, even though it's -10. Or if you want to be that guy, you can actually run up to their face and hop kick them, which will make them never duck again in their life, and then you can do running 2 all you want.
Yeah, they're going to be 80 years old telling their kids about the hop kick of 2017 that changed their life. They're like, look, man.
Look, man, don't duck against Claudio.
Yeah, before that, like Tekken 10, dude, I'm still not ducking. That hop kick changed their life. Oh, hit him against the wall here. Yeah.
Nice ender.
Yeah, Law's mid-stage damage is not huge, but his wall damage is very high.
He's got one of the better 3-hit wall enders. The last hit is just very damaging, and as you know, in the system, when you hit someone grounded with the last hit of your wall ender, you get 60% scale instead of whatever your combo scale was currently at.
Exactly, which is what makes a lot of the wall moves that do a lot of damage hurt even harder.
Oh my goodness. Nice break. Not that time. Got him with that.
There it is. You saw that damage.
Jeez, the last hit does so much. Running 2? No. He could have got it, actually.
Yeah, you're right, but he went for the run-up slide instead, which he got out of the way. Both hits. No low
wow,
parry.
he could have blocked that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he didn't low parry the jump guard. He just got hit by the third hit of it.
Even though he didn't low parry, I'm pretty sure he could have
blocked the third hit. Yeah. Floated him out of the hop kick. He's going to get the wall here.
Ouch. Setups. Good block. I think that string is -10. I could be wrong. I know it's duckable.
All right, gets the blue on.
Oh, that's what you guys call Starburst out there? Get the blue on?
The blue?
I like that.
It's easy to look at. The Starburst, all right.
All right, Battle Jitney looking great there. Got the counter hit string there at the end to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like blue is just visually, it makes sense. But yeah, it is Starburst. Yeah, it's worth being correct. I don't know.
I don't mind that you call it that. I just thought that was interesting. I never heard it called that before.
I usually never know move names.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm like, I almost never know the move names.
Dude,
like,
good luck, man. Like, all right. So I'm kind of into that. Like, I like sometimes for fun calling moves by the name, right? Although some people get confused. Like, if I call Claudio's hop kick Sky/Nova, they're like, what the hell is Sky/Nova?
That's the name of it?
That's the name of it. And then the mid is called Cross Arm Impact. He goes, it's actually Cross Arm Impact.
Yeah, that's hella anime.
I gave up on that in this game, right? Because I play Leo, and I was like, well, let me try to learn Leo's move list. Have you ever looked at a stream? I dare you right now, if you have the game, load up Leo and look at Leo's command list. Good luck pronouncing anything there. It is all in Chinese, dog. Everything.
Dude, when I
you better be Chinese. That's the only way.
Yeah, I started playing Leo, and I did the same thing. I was looking at the move list, and I was like,
Baji Q Quan.
Yeah, like, I was like, what move is that? And that's like her standing 1-2. That's like, it's not even some crazy move. It's like standing 1-2. Oh man, it's so funny.
Oh man. All right, nice slide.
Ooh, and yeah, there's that running knee that you mentioned.
Yeah, the forward 4, yeah, moves pretty good. I meant forward 3, which is like the running little hop. But forward 4 is also a good tactic to use there. It's safe on block, and it's good for going over lows every now and then. Knocks down, just a good little tool. Even as I'm talking though, Battle Jitney is really putting the wreck on, man. It seems that he has figured something out.
Yeah, he lost one round early, I think, and then since then has kind of steamrolled.
He seems to have figured out the timing of his opponent. Wow, nice. I don't know if that was actually his 13-frame move, but Claudio's hop kick is -13. I think that was a 13-frame punish.
Whoa, right into the hop kick afterwards.
Ender. He got it.
Yeah, Starburst now.
Oh, nice low parry. Not the right ender, though. He didn't want that move.
Yeah, I mean, it still worked out in positioning anyway. Gets the wall splat.
Ouch. Okay. Good wake up. Wow, duck the throw. That was scary.
Oh, wait,
he
is
might
he
be alive? He might be alive.
Okay, and he should be dead after this.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's so unfortunate when you hit your opponent and the attack doesn't kill. It puts them lower at life so that their rage art does even more damage.
And then sometimes what happens is the rage art also counter hits them, so you get counter hit damage stacked on top with the low health damage.
Right, which is super brutal. It's that wall damage, all off of a down forward 2 mid-screen junkyard. Oh, no low parry, and it's going to be a big wall damage again.
It's not just that he's not low parrying it, right? Because it's just, you know, Junkguard is a good string for a reason. It's okay to not always low parry it. But if you don't low parry and you get hit by the last hit of the string, that's really bad. That actually gets you destroyed.
Yeah, if you don't low parry it, at least block the end.
Yeah, just block the end, and then you're still okay. You took a little damage.
Man, he's just harassing him with all lost pokes. It is kind of tough to get away from Law up close, especially if you're not moving away from a lot of the attacks or stepping.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but although Law has crazy combos and things of that nature, you should definitely categorize this character as a poking character. He is poking. Nice punch. That was the proper punish on the down for a 1-2. And Battle Jitney takes it.
Yeah, good work to him. I saw Law here. That reminded me Rip is in this set of pools. He's actually playing probably right now somewhere or other in this set. He's probably in the running for points, although he's pretty far down there, I think.
Well, let's take a peek. I'm curious. He's been to a lot of the events, so I would imagine that he's got a good chance. Let's see. Rip. Oh, actually, he's in 10th place right now. He's got 56 points. 56? He does have a good chance. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if he somehow magically won this tournament, he would be really in there.
Yeah. So for those wondering about the point breakdown, for a Masters event, which this is a Masters event, first place gets 150, second place gets 100, and third place gets 70. If Rip got first or second, even if he got second, he would probably be in the running right now because putting himself in the 50s is actually a little better than being in the 40s right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned a lot of people are here for the points, trying to get those last-minute points before the finals and everything like that. There's a lot of players here who are sort of on that cusp region that if they get a big win here, it would be great.
Yes, the winner of this event will probably decide the results of the entire rest of the North America tour, more or less.
If you're in that, sort of anybody who's in the top 5 right now, if they don't get a win, they're definitely not rooting for anybody else.
No, that's the truth. In the best case scenario, what they want, these guys like Jerry Fury, Princess Ling, Wayne Gamble, in the best case scenario, what they want is if they don't win, they want someone like Speed Kicks who has a lot of points already to win.
Exactly. It's just, if you're in the 4th or 5th place, you're rooting for anybody in the top 3 to do well.
Just win, exactly.
Yeah. So that way, you know, your point situation doesn't get messed with.
All right, so we got Cute Tricks representing In the Skies up against Koyobi.
Yeah, In the Skies, I feel like every time I turn around and I look back, there's like 5 new people in that jersey. I see that ITS jersey everywhere. Yeah, so In the Skies, I don't know their team that well, but I know them to be a long-time Tekken team. They're more of a clan style than like a sponsor style, right? Right. So, although obviously they do sponsor and fly their players out and things of that nature, but being of a clan style means that they're more willing to take on lots and lots of players and just let all the players train against each other. Yeah, and Koyobi, interesting. I was talking to the people in charge of that. They have a local scene that they have in, I believe it's Charlotte they run locals at, so a lot of Tekken players in that area. But already Q-Trix, you can see off to a lead, gets the balcony break as well. And the Lucky Chloe is interesting. You know, a lot of people were kind of down about this character at the start, but John Ding has been killing it at all these events with this character and Eddie. So yeah, he's looking very good with her. She's still considered one of the worst 3 in the game. She's down there with Gigas and Lars for the most part, at least on most people's tier list. But that being said, man, this is one of those times where you could say a low tier character can compete. And yeah, Chloe's pretty good for a low tier character, not for nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because a character can be lower tier but still be strong, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times people think about tier lists in terms of just like, yeah, if that character's at the top, they're just overwhelmingly crazy good, or if that character's at the bottom, they're just unwinnable, right? But it's not always the case. A little down poke to close it out. So 1 round apiece now. Man, Q-Trix has been putting on so much offense so far, but it feels like anytime, you know, that's sort of dissuaded, he doesn't have really good answers. No, it seems that Koyobi actually has real defense, and that's what's working well for him. Q-Trix is using real frame traps, setups, lows, mix-ups. That was a nice one. Not enough of the wall. Anything will do it. Delays the load just a little bit.
Messing with that parry time.
Yeah, that's one of the things. One of the first things you'll learn about any fighting game is you don't want to go for the obvious closer right away. You want to delay it just a little bit, like the second or third opportunity instead of the first.
That was nice. Amazing confirm. Wall's there. Oh, we're back. Still in the game. Ooh, that's big.
It could have been a bigger whiff punish, but still has something. Has a wall position out. Escapes.
Nice escape.
Yeah.
Not enough people use that. The wall escapes. Very good.
Yeah, some characters have better wall escapes than others, but yeah, in that scenario, it was a good choice for sure. Like, Ling's wall escape is crazy.
Yeah, you know who has a good one? Jack. It's really annoying. He like jumps off the wall and jumps at you with this mid punch. And his plus frames if you block it. It's like, what?
Dang, he just goes off the wall. The Superman punch off the wall?
Yeah, he like jumps off the wall. Oh, he like...
I have to imagine,
it looks cool too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have to imagine the animation for that is crazy.
It looks dope.
Yo, you know what I'm jealous about pad players for is they get to sit like how Q-Trix is playing. With the knee up, just chilling at home.
Have you ever watched a pad player play standing up?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's crazy, right? Every time I see a pad player play like that, I just imagine I'm like they sit at home and they just lie in bed and play.
Probably.
Like they don't have to like sit up or anything. Look at that.
Dude,
That's like power stance.
I used to play Street Fighter 2, the Super Nintendo version with. There was that RPG pad. I don't know if you remember for Super Nintendo, the one-handed.
No.
Pad. Okay,
Before my time.
Yeah. Anyway.
You just play one-handed.
Play Tekken on that too.
From the bed.
Tekken. Let's go. Wow.
All right, gets a launch.
In there.
Didn't quite splat at the wall right away, so got a little bit more of a follow-up. Realigns there, but not enough to kill. Okay.
Wow, up back 2. Up back 1, sorry.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Ended up being the spring kick right after.
I feel like Kyobi has, KFK has been in this set, but Q-Trix has a lot of mix-ups. His mix-ups go deep.
Yeah, and he has that power stance. Oof,
his move is very good also. Just nice backdashing. He's in, then he's out, then he's in again. And his combos are all on point. Wall's there.
Not enough to close out. Anything will do it. Again, you see delays the low a little bit.
He went for like a string into a low there too, which made it a little harder to see. Good block and a nice jab punish.
See stepping there just to catch something. That little slide to enter, we've seen that a few times, and a whip punish right after.
Q-Trix is starting to run away with this game.
Ooh.
Big punish. You gotta punish that harder. That hop kick is like, it's so minus, especially when you whip.
Yeah, there's a lot of recovery. You know, a lot of the moves I feel like in this game take longer to recover than you would think if you see it whiff. You know, most people just sort of use slower or faster moves.
Some moves intentionally have a lag on whiff just to make them easier to punish. Electric comes to mind because electric is so good otherwise, right? So if they whiff an electric completely, there's kind of an extra lag time to give you more time to punish it. And I'm sure other characters will work in a similar way with some of their signature moves.
For sure. You still have to be on point, though. Electric whip punishing. If you're whip punishing electrics consistently, you're pretty good.
Oh, no, you're in there.
You're pretty good.
I'm just saying that the game at least gives you a chance to do it and says, okay, well, let's make this a little easier because otherwise it would just never, ever happen, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, electrics are still tough to deal with. They are super fast. They just come out and just, boom, exist, and then you're just like, all right.
All right.
I think that's one of the scariest things to deal with when you first play Tekken is you play against someone who's just like slapping out electrics over and over, and you're just you're just like, oh man, I wasn't ready for all this.
But actually, you know, once you kind of know how they work, it's not as oppressive. It's still pretty crazy that they're +5 or whatever it is. But outside of the fact that they're so plus, they're not that scary.
Yeah, I mean they're highs at least, so that helps. Oh, somebody's coming up. Oh, rocking the Gryffindor shirt. Okay.
Okay. So I think this is Nashi's match. So it's a Sword of Dios versus Nashi, who we saw earlier playing Feng. Didn't have to pull out his Eddie secondary at all. We'll see how he does against Sword.
Yeah, his opponent was no spooky, that's for sure. Oh, I
kind of wish I answered. Oh, they're RPSing for side. So, you know, one thing, unfortunately, about this game that's a little too convenient is that when you play at home, you can choose which side you play on. And it doesn't matter if you play online and both players pick left side, the game will just automatically mirror for you, right? So that you can feel that you're on the left side. However, I find that some guys, especially in Tekken, there's always been guys that are one-siders, right? They're stronger on one side than they are on the other side. And definitely, if you're the type of guy that always plays on player one, you definitely exacerbate that. And I said that word all wrong because I don't know English, but you know what I mean. You make it worse on yourself when you do that. So just don't do it, man.
That word
you got to practice both sides.
That word could have been much worse. So I think you did just fine. Yeah, I think that especially the one-player side or you know, one side having your like sort of favor is more Mishima players than anything too.
Yeah.
A lot of Mishima players will feel more comfortable.
That too. You know what I do? Okay, this is what I do. When people RPS me for side, right? I actually don't care which side because I practice on both sides, and I'm a lefty, so I don't care about being on the right side, right? But you know what I do? At the start of the round, I go for 2 grab, and it doesn't matter if they break, they end up on the other side, and then I laugh at them and I say, haha, can you backdash now? And you know what some people do is actually for some reason when they're on player 2 side, they play completely different. They forget how to block. They don't do the same mix-ups anymore. I'm like, what happened to like your entire? You know what I do at the when I fight a guy like that? You know what I do at the start every round? The first opportunity, I go for 2 grab.
Yep. And
it doesn't matter if they break every time because guess what? Now you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, there's a lot of players like that, right? Who either struggle to backdash on one side as well, or backdash to wave dash. And you notice it right away too. They start doing backdash, sidestep backdash, like the old day one backdash. I'm like, oh, you can't backdash on this side. It is over for you right now. And you notice like Mishima players can't wave dash as well on one side, or they can't electric as consistent.
Yep. All things that are exploitable in Tekken. Don't give yourself those weaknesses. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and if you do notice that someone has something like that, then take advantage of it. Oh man, I got a string of tweets from Lord Markman back at home breaking down this weekend's event.
Okay, cool. Lord Markman.
The last NA Master event, then there's TXT in Chile. Right, exactly.
Okay, cool.
The last North America
the last North America Master. But there's still an American Master left, which is the Chile one. Which TXT. Will also be a pretty critical one.
You should be there, right?
Yes, I will be in attendance.
Yeah, you and I will be down there in Chile. That'll be cool, man. I've never been to Chile.
America. Yeah, South America. Chile sounds all right. I'm down to try some food, that's for sure.
I've heard really nice things about Santiago in particular, so.
Okay. All right, so Sword of Dios versus Nashi. It looks like it's going to be Lily versus Feng, most likely.
Yeah, we got the stage with the most floor breaks, too. I know a lot of Lily players really do like this stage because she has really great floor breaking opportunities.
Yeah, this stage favors Lily over Feng. Feng does have an okay floor break combo. It's definitely not as good as Lily's floor break combo.
Yeah, so I think the goal here, if you're Nashi, is to try to break the floor as quick as you can.
Yeah, that's typically the strategy for both players, actually. You almost always, whether or not your character has a good, that's definitely the round. He may not even need to break the floor.
That's one thing that we didn't see from Nashi's opponent earlier, right, was the block on the sidestep 4 right away.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, the sidestep 4 is good, but again, it is a seeable low. So if you can see a nice block, he saw that.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's sort of telegraphed by the sidestep startup, right? So if you can sort of see the way he's moving inside, caught him. You can be ready for it.
You got to be ready for my stupid down back 4. Okay, floor break. Ender. Oh, I missed it. Wow, 1+2. Yeah, that's not safe.
It's a little bit of a punish. There's the duck, the headbutt, trying to get some kind of offense. Went for the throw, but it was stepped. What a block.
Now he can floor break and close out the round. Oh, missed it. Nashi.
Okay, well, so it's first, right? They both sort of stopped for a second there and decided, like, me. And then that's how Nashi closed out the round. So it's first to the punch there.
Nice sidestep. That was great. My turn.
Yeah. We'll see if there's a floor break from him. Just takes the shoulder instead. Not looking to gain that positioning. Just wants raw damage.
So one thing that new players don't really notice, when you wake up in this game, you're transitioning from a crouching state to a standing state. Right. So what both these players are using pretty often is they're using that to wake up into while standing launcher attacks. We've seen Nash use the wake up while standing 3, and we've also seen a Sword of Dios use a similar tactic. If your opponent is using that a lot on wake up on you, one thing that's really good is going for a meaty tracking move, because it doesn't matter that the crouching, most of your good tracking moves are mid anyway, right? So you just crack them out of whatever it is that they're doing.
Exactly. And it's a good opportunity because a lot of people, when they're trying to get up with stuff like that, whether it's a get up kick or, as you said, wake up while standing attacks, you can sort of throw them off and dissuade them, and then you can start getting those ground hits.
Then you get the real stuff, and they have to risk like a wake up kick or something instead to get you up, which is a better situation for you.
For sure. That was a pretty quick turnaround after that first round. I feel like there was that big block on the sidestep 4. And then right after that, Nashi sort of just changed up his game plan a little bit, and there wasn't as much of an adjustment. Yeah,
Sword of Dios definitely established #1 knowledge of Feng, and #2 the ability to react to some of those slower lows. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think that this set is anywhere near over yet.
Certainly not. They got the same stage, so they're gonna have to figure this out.
Did they remount? Oh, they're gonna have to kill each other. Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is test out this both players pause thing, because I keep forgetting to try it out, and then I'm like, oh yeah, like I should test that.
Yeah, I always hear people talk about it, but it must not actually work.
Either it doesn't actually work, or it's not very well known, because it seems that even the longtime players don't know about it.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, then somebody send an email immediately and make that happen.
I want that to work. That's like the only thing that's inconvenient about the system, right? Is that it's completely impossible to pause, which is like kind of going the other route. It would be nice if there was like, you know, just hold to pause or something like that.
It's on tournament mode, which makes it so that you can't pause in the middle of the match, so there's no interruptions or anything like that.
That way you can't accidentally pause your match and disqualify yourself like a genius.
Yeah, it'll happen. Some people will accidentally be, you know, doing something, especially if you have an arcade stick where the pause button's on the top and you accidentally like hit it on the side.
Bump it into the table or something. Who knows?
Or if you have an arcade stick in your lap and like you bump it against a chair or your hand or something like that, suddenly you get a pause and it's like, well, I guess I'm out of the tournament.
I guess, yeah. I didn't feel like winning today. I felt like pausing the game for no reason. Game number 2, Lily versus Feng.
You know, new stage, of course. Although it is very funny to me when something like that happens, where they have to do the stage and then they random the stage and they get the same stage, and it's like, oh man.
I mean, when you random the stage and get the same stage, I think that's okay, right? I don't think they randomed. I think they just smashed rematch.
Yeah, exactly. Randoming stage and getting the same one, not a big deal.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's still legal if that happens.
Yeah, it starts with that sidewalk shoulder.
No more sidestep blows.
Yeah, shoulder is actually a pretty good whip punish if you're prepared with it, right? The notation is good for whip punishing.
It's very good for whip punishing. It's like 12 frames or something. It's super fast.
It's very fast.
It's launch punishable if they do block.
Right.
That being said, you know, if you use it right, it can be very difficult for them to block it in the first place. Or if you just use it as a punisher, right? There's no opportunity there for them.
Yeah, if you get a clean whip punish with it or a clean, you know, just punish, then it's a great move for sure. It's just, yeah, as you mentioned, launch punishable. You got to be careful about where you place it. That low again, that headbutt we've seen so many times, right? Such a great move to duck under things, and then the down back 3 afterwards, great low.
Very nice, and that was a side walk to get away from both of the hits.
Yeah,
up mid.
That's the thing, right? Sometimes sidestepping won't quite get you far enough, so you have to continue that walk.
Yeah, well, sidestep, you know, there's the intrude property of sidestep, right? The intrude property of sidestep will only work on a single move. So if they do 2 moves, it won't intrude twice automatically, right? But that's why in those situations, you must sidewalk if you want to evade multiple hits of a string.
Yeah, because your character will start to realign after the first one misses sometimes, so you have to be careful. Oof. Man, just really picking him apart at the end of this round here. Any poke will do it, although it is against the wall. Eats the low.
Nice. He poked his way out.
It's good work. Yeah, you have to check your opponent a lot of the times in those scenarios, right?
Yeah, the crouch punch and the down 4, they're 2 of the faster ways to check your opponent. They're also high crush, right? So if they go for a jab, you can go underneath them. That being said, the crouch punch is low parryable, so you can't just always do it because they can just low parry you and get you.
Yeah, it makes it sort of predictable. Whip punish with the shoulder. Gets the balcony break as well, and that'll be the game 2 for Nashi. Pretty quick.
Yeah, that was solid. Good stuff to him. He's really showing tournament strength, playing well, adjusting in the middle of sets when the opponent figures out like how to block his tech. Then he changes it up.
So he's all right with that sidestep 4 right away, and he was like, all right, you sort of know what's going on here.
Yeah, you know a little bit, so I'll play you for real. And he did play him for real, and it worked out for him. They both played a little nervous there as well. Both dropped some floor break combos and things of that nature. But that's tournament. You know, anything can happen. So
yeah, it happens. It looks like Nashi will be staying on to play another match in a second here.
He must be getting close to the end of his pool then.
Yeah, for sure. He must be getting near winners finals. And again, so you know the different blocks of the pools will be happening all day. So it's 12-2 block, and then it's going to be 2-4, 4-6. Then after that, we're going to have the semis. So it's going to be all the way down to top 8 tonight. So there's going to be Tekken action all day. Make sure you stay tuned. We will have a short break, but we'll be back with more Tekken here at the Fall Classic in just a little bit.